everyone, this is my 3D model of the brain. I used Play-Doh along with some styrofoam on the back end to support it. To begin, the brain is located in the cranial cavity and is part of the central nervous system, otherwise known as the CNS, and is composed of 4 divisions. These divisions include the brainstem, cerebellum, diencephalon, and the cerebrum. The brainstem is located here in the region that connects the spinal cord to the brain and contains 3 anatomical divisions. In addition to these regions, reticular formation is also present, which is a network of interconnected nuclei in the brainstem that regulates a variety of physiological functions such as motor control, pain perception, rhythmic contractions, and the sleep-wake cycle. Starting with the most inferior region of the brainstem, this is the medulla oblongata, which is about 3 centimeters long and is a pathway for ascending and descending nerve tracts. It has several functions such as the regulation of the heart rate, blood vessel diameter, respiration, swallowing, vomiting, hiccuping, coughing, and sneezing. Superior to the medulla, we have the pons, which contains ascending and descending nerve tracts and is responsible for relaying information from the cerebrum to the cerebellum. The pons also plays a part in initiating REM sleep and respiration movements. Moving on to the smallest and most superior part of the brainstem, we have the midbrain, also called the mesencephalon. This region contains 2 superior colliculi that aid with visual reflexes and 2 inferior colliculi that are involved in hearing. The next division of the brain we have here is the cerebellum. The cerebellum is attached to the brainstem posterior to the pons and resembles a branching tree. It controls muscle movement and tone, governs balance, regulates extent of intentional movement, and is involved in learning motor skills. Next, we have the diencephalon, which is a part of the brain between the brainstem and the cerebrum and contains 4 major components. The thalamus is the largest part of the diencephalon and is considered the sensory relay center of the brain, in addition to influencing mood and movement. The subthalamus is located inferior to the thalamus and contains subthalamic nuclei and several ascending and descending nerve tracts. The epithalamus is located superior and posterior to the thalamus and consists of the habenula, which is involved in motivation and reward behavior, and the pineal gland, which modulates the sleep-wake cycle and other biorhythms. Lastly, we have the hypothalamus, which is the most inferior portion of the diencephalon and the major control center for maintaining homeostasis and regulating endocrine function. The last division of the brain we have here is the cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest portion of the brain's total weight and is composed of a right and left hemisphere. It controls perception, thought, memory, emotion, and conscious motor activity. It also has 4 different parts: the cerebral cortex, which contains sensory, motor, and association areas; the hippocampus, which is involved in learning and memory; the amygdala, which is involved in social behavior and emotions; and the basal nuclei, which controls muscle activity and posture and largely inhibits unintentional movement when at rest.